Is this good? Okay. I was looking for a button to turn on. There's no button. Okay, we're going to get started in a minute. When you hear pomp and circumstance, the processional will come in. We'll ask you to rise at that point. All right? And then remain standing. You can continue talking until you hear the music. All right. Come on. may be seated. Well, welcome everybody. My name is John Hagemeister. I'm the Executive Director for Bridges Virtual Academy. And welcome to the graduating class of 2026 graduation ceremony. It's wonderful to see these students here. We look back 14 years, I think 15, I don't know. We've been around for a while, but our first year we did not have a ceremony. I think we had 7 graduates. Our second year we had a very small ceremony, and each year it's grown. And I think it's been around 40 to 50 students the last probably 4 years. So it's really nice to see our graduating classes continue to grow. And also to hear feedback from students that are now adults out in the world doing great things about their experience here. So we want to encourage you parents that you made the right choice with your students being in BVA. They're going to go on and do some great things. So again, as we begin our ceremony, I'd like to recognize some very key individuals to the success of the school, to the partnership that we have that allows this school to exist, our authorizer. And just so you can recognize that it's more than just a school, there's a whole district that's behind us. There's multiple school boards, and our impact in the state in what we do, I think, has been pretty strong over the last 14 years. So I'm going to have them stand. They're over in the secret corner over there. It's become, you guys remember Cheers? Like Norm and Cliff were kind of, you guys wouldn't, but anyway, this is the Cheers gang. So first, Mr. Mike Erath, if you could stand. He's the president of the BVA Governance Board. Sitting next to him is Shannon Murray. He's the superintendent of schools for the Merrill School District. And then Kevin Blake. He's the president of the Board of Education for the Merrill Area Public Schools. And next to them is Holly Finnell, who's going to be speaking later. All right, so in the 14-year relationship between MAPS and BVA, our school has been able to offer unique instructional delivery to thousands of students throughout the state of Wisconsin. We truly do feel like we serve as a proving ground for a lot of new strategies in education, specifically in online education. And we take that role seriously. We do a lot of great things. One of the benefits of a charter school is that you can sort of play around with new ideas, new strategies, new technology, new resources, see if they work, and it's not quite as difficult to pull off as when you're in a traditional brick and mortar organization, because there's just a lot more bureaucracy, policy, procedure. So we really take advantage of that, and we really believe that we have a unique instructional setting. We've served as a key contributor to the ever-changing landscape of virtual instruction in the state. When we started, I think there may have been about 10 or less virtual charter schools in the state, and most of them were really small. And now I believe there's over 60. And that number 60-ish has been there for a few years now, but it's different 60. So you get 2 more, you lose 3, and that's kind of how it works. But we started strong, and we've maintained our success throughout because of our partnership with the Merrill schools, but also because of our wonderful staff. We have been given recognition in many years for how successful we are. We've been the top virtual school since we started. Maybe not the top, but I would argue in some areas there. When you look at our school performance and school report cards, we are at the top or second for the last 8 years or so. And the school that has been ahead of us the last couple of years, they're not fully virtual. So just want to throw that out there. And they're smaller, and we're just better. Okay. Also, most importantly, and why we're here today, is we've been able to honor over 400 graduates. 436 total students have graduated from BVA over the last 14 years. This year, we're presenting 44, not here, but total. 33 are here today. So our ceremony this evening will highlight these students and show you the success of this partnership. We are very proud of their accomplishment, and we're excited to celebrate with you tonight. I also want to mention a few key members of our school, just the day-to-day operations of the school. One is Jamie Farkas. She's not here today, but she's our assistant director. Mary Ball, is Mary in here? Okay, this is because of Mary. I showed up at, 5:15 and said, hey, what am I doing? She's like, do this, do that. And I think all of you met Mary, right? How'd you get in here? Mary, right? Everybody, I just talked to Mike. I'm like, you remember how to do the thing? He's like, Mary will tell me. I'm like, all right. So without your effort, Mary, and the things that you do, I think I heard today we're booked until 2028 now. So I don't even know if I'm going to be around in 2028, but this is where it's going to be. So I also want to mention Alyssa Hahn and Sheila Drury, who retired earlier this year, but they're key people in our office. A lot of the parents here have probably talked to them or interacted with them at different times. Alyssa has assumed the role that Sheila had, and that's the finance manager role. Also, Tamara Ament, who's not here tonight, she does our academic enrichment. So if any of you parents have had memberships, have had lessons paid for, all of that, that's the stuff that she does in the background. Has everybody been able to log into their Google Classroom, Skyward this year, right? Okay, that's because of Julie. So there's a lot of things that break every day that you never even know about, but we're constantly working on that. So Julie is our system support specialist, and that's what she does in the background, is kind of make all those connections work. And then, of course, Jessica, who is here. Raise your hand, Jessica. Our school counselor. And so much more. Holly wasn't here at quarter after, so that's a long time before it starts. And I think I said you didn't have to come till 5:30 or whatever. But I started getting nervous, and Jessica's like, I got it. And she was going to do an interpretive dance and some poetry readings or something. I don't know. But Jessica, she'll do anything. So very key in making things like this work, and people that you probably have interacted with, whether you have a third grader or a high schooler. And then, of course, all of the BVA teaching staff, if you guys could please stand. This is some of them, a representation of the BVA teaching staff. This wouldn't work without them. And then, of course, equally as important, even more important in the long run, but equally as important over the last couple years, all the parents. If all the parents of graduates would please stand. Thank you guys for having your students work with us and for partnering with us over the years. Some of you, it may be the first year that your student is with us. Some of you, it may be 6, 7, 8, 10, 12 years. We've had students go all the way through. We've been around long enough. And it's been just a real pleasure to work with the families here. We had a staff meeting today. All of our staff usually gets together once or twice a year. Today was one of the days. We worked really, really hard on some technical things like bowling. We did a scavenger hunt. But we did just celebrate the year. And they're unique individuals. They're unique teachers, and the way that they approach working with students and partnering with you is why we hired them. I think all of you parents here, hopefully, and I'm pretty sure of this, all feel like you are a partner in this. We're not just taking your kids and teaching them stuff. It's all of us working together to get them to this point. And one of the things I mentioned was with our surveys, we have great feedback from parents, especially ones that leave. They leave and we do an exit survey, and most of the time it's, my student wanted to play basketball, or we're moving, or I want to try homeschooling or whatever, but it's always very positive feedback. So I just wanted to give that recognition to our staff for being open. And also just to let you know that we really do select people that are in this for the partnership. So we thank you for that, and we congratulate you as parents of graduates. Okay, so finally, we're here because of you guys. So if you guys could stand, we want to give them a big round of applause, all of our graduates. All right, you're going to get a lot of applause today. So if you guys could take a seat, a little bit about them. There's 43 students from all over the state, 33 are here today, I think. We might have one that's missing. 7 were first semester graduates. During their high school careers, this class earned a total of 213 college credits already. So they're walking out of here having transcripted credit for college. That's through Start College Now or Early College Credit. In this year alone, 19 of the seniors earned a combined total of 136 college credits from these programs. So congratulations to you for that. At some point during their careers, about half of our students have earned credit for working. I'm sure more of them have jobs, but earning credit for that too is something that we really promote. 23 seniors earned credit through work experience, and we had one senior, Anna Redmond. Could you raise your hand? Is she here? All right. She was in the Youth Apprenticeship Program for the state and was recognized for her outstanding work at Skyward. If you traveled through Stevens Point, you see Skyward there. So I might need to talk to you because we have some issues with Skyward right now, but anyway. So again, we're trying to prepare students to go out in the world. They're in college, they're getting credentialed in certain areas, they're working, they're doing these things. So that's a credit to what they've been able to do and a credit to you as parents for kind of pushing that. And in this unique setting, there's a lot more opportunities that are provided for things like that. Many of these students have received special recognition or scholarships for their efforts during their high school years, and we'll talk about some of those today. Most importantly, though, each of them have met the state graduation requirements and our graduation requirements, so they're all going to graduate. As you know, our mission is to develop skilled and independent learners. And you're here today because you guys have demonstrated the ability to learn in any situation presented to you during your high school years. You've also demonstrated the skills required to apply your learning in many different situations, some of which I just mentioned. A high school diploma is a gatekeeper to greater opportunities in life, and it's up to you to use it to advance to the next stage, whatever that is. Some of you are going to go on to more schooling, 2-year, 4-year schools. Some will go into the military. Some will immediately enter the workforce, or you're there already. Each of those options is very noble and hopefully will provide you with what you need to have a quality life and to contribute to society as a whole, specifically for us people that are getting older, that need these younger workers to keep on working to pay for Social Security and things like that for me. But most likely, it's not going to be just the next thing that leads you to whatever you're going to do in life. So this is a step, and then you'll have another step, and then you'll have another step. So just think of it that way. You know, we strive to build skilled and independent learners. You're going to keep learning as you go. Take the skills and the things that you learn and move forward and do some great things in your life. So like I said, most importantly, do something. Just keep moving forward. Don't waste all the years that you're learning here or the skills that you developed here. Take advantage of what you have to offer to the world. Engage in life. Don't be at home scrolling on your phone all the time. Oh, sorry, that was the dad in me coming out. There's a lot more to life than a 5-second thing that you look at over and over again. I have teenagers, a lot of them at home right now, and so that's really stressful. But you guys have a lot that you can do, and we're very proud of everything that you've accomplished here. So what you do from here is up to you. We appreciate the time that we've been able to spend with you, and we wish the best for you going forward. So thank you again, and congratulations. We do have some wonderful speakers, a couple student speakers that will be coming up here. They're going to inspire you with words of wisdom, right? Holly's laughing. We will start with our student speakers. So each year, I put a question out to staff asking them who they think would be a student that would be interested in sharing something with their fellow students or fellow graduates. And so this year we had 2 students that not only said they would like to, but eagerly said they would like to. One of them is Ben Mackey. Ben, if you could raise your hand. And the other one is Natalie Gukic. And before they speak, I just want to commend them on their willingness to do this. It's not an easy thing to do, but they are going to handle it with grace. I know that already. So with that, I would like to introduce Ben first. And you can start coming up here, Ben. Careful on the stairs, if you're coming up that way. You may or may not have seen on the screen above, Ben lives in Milwaukee. He's the son of Christopher and Sarah Mackey. He was the editor of BVA's student newspaper, The Link, the president of BVA's National Honor Society chapter. His favorite quote is, "Life moves pretty fast. If you don't stop and look around once in a while, you could miss it." That's from Ferris Bueller. Starting in fall of 2026, Ben will be attending UW Milwaukee as an undeclared major. His advice to future graduates is you get what you put into BVA, stay on top of assignments, participate in class, go to office hours, send that random email to get to know your classmate, and you'll be rewarded with amazing connections and experiences. I give you Benjamin Mackey.
This is a good volume here. Yes? Thank you. Even as a kindergarten student, people would ask me what I wanted to be when I grew up. As a 5-year-old, I didn't like being asked that question. It felt like a huge choice. My mom would just tell me to say, "I want to be happy when I grow up." That usually did the trick. It's true. I do want to be happy when I grow up. And I think that's really what we all want. But as we're graduating, we're ready to make more definitive choices. We graduates are all fortunate that our hard work in high school has led to the opportunities ahead of us, and the BVA has uniquely prepared each one of us for our individual futures. As the famous and unfortunately fictional philosopher Ferris Bueller once said, "Life moves pretty fast. If you don't stop and look around once in a while, you can miss it." I was talking about graduation with a friend who goes to in-person school, and he said, "Wow, Ben, you really missed out not going to in-person school." I smiled and laughed under my breath because, little does he know, he's the one who missed out. By going to in-person school, my friend didn't have the opportunity to meet amazing people from all around the state. He had to be up at 6 a.m. every morning for a long, tiring day, with homework waiting on him when he got home. What was I doing, you might ask? I was finishing my homework early, attending my classes from my own home desk, or couch, or bed, or yard. And as long as I moved my schedule around, I had time to be Ferris Bueller. And I didn't even have to skip school or run and hide from my principal, although Mr. Hagemeister never tried to catch me. But it certainly wasn't as if I didn't have a rigorous education. Far from it. BVA has provided me with the tools and resources I needed to become a proficient, autonomous learner. The flexibility BVA offers has prepared us all for our individual futures ahead. For those of us who plan on pursuing a higher education in college, it's given us a strong foundation to succeed. And some have had the chance to get ahead already, earning college credits with the help of the amazing Ms. Westfall. Those who plan to work right out of graduation may have used the flexibility to take advantage of opportunities to explore jobs and gain career experience while still in high school. Throughout all 9 years I've attended, I've come to realize that virtual schoolers are some of the kindest people you'll ever get to meet, even if we hide behind our blank camera screens every now and then. It may be because there aren't the same social pressures and drama that exists in the brick and mortar schools, apart from the usual drama Mr. Kunkel tries to stir up in advisory meetings. Or it may just be that BVA simply creates this environment, a welcoming community that allows individual learners to make the most of their academic potential in whichever way they please. Ferris Bueller was right. Life does move pretty fast, and high school went by especially quickly. Whatever lies ahead, whichever path we take, every once in a while, stop and look around. Look at the people beside you. Look at how far you've come. Look at the memories you made and the opportunities that await. Because someday, sooner than we realize, we'll be even further from our kindergarten selves. But I hope, no matter how much we grow, we never lose sight of that simple wish, to be happy when we grow up. Congratulations, class of 2026.
Thank you, Ben. All right, our next speaker is Natalie Gukic. She lives in Lac de Flambeau. She's the daughter of Tiffany and Jacob. She is a member of BVA's chapter of the National Honor Society. As a junior, she was the president of the Student Council and winner of BVA's Bob Ross Challenge. She was a member of BVA's Purple Comet math team in 9th and 10th grades. Her favorite quote is, "In a world where people try to push each other down, be the person who lifts someone up." She plans to attend UW Green Bay virtually to work towards earning a bachelor's in fine arts and writing and become an author. And I'll let her tell her advice to future graduates. All right. Natalie.
Hi. Okay, is that okay volume? Okay. I remember my very first day of in-person school. I lived 30 minutes away from the building, but that didn't stop my mom and I from singing the Taylor Swift song, Never Grow Up, the whole ride there. I remember being so excited to make friends and live a positive, happy, surrounded life. I thought going to school would mean my entire future would suddenly make sense. It wasn't quite what I was expecting. In reality, everything just felt more confusing as each day passed, and I faced anxieties, as many of us probably have. I started withdrawing from things I once enjoyed, and it was a really difficult time for my entire family. So I tried a new school, and I was out of there pretty quickly too. But my mom found bridges, and of course, at first there was pushback because people kept saying my brother and I wouldn't be as social if we went to a virtual school. What they didn't understand was that Bridges is what helped me build social connections again. This school and everyone in it are what helped me realize that even though I was living in constant fear, I didn't have to, because behind each of our screens is a person just like me, a person who's just trying to figure things out. And somehow, even though this is the first time I've seen most of you face to face, I've felt some of the strongest connections of my life through BVA. This school is a place that doesn't force us to grow up or grow out of who we are. It helps us grow into who we want to be. And yeah, maybe bedrooms and beanbag chairs aren't the traditional setup for learning. Maybe submitting an assignment at 11:30 at night, because we've all probably done that at some point. Maybe that sounds weird, but life is weird, and I love how BVA embraces that. All these teachers, all these students, all of us get to find our own ways of achieving things. And I feel like the world tends to dwell on mistakes and negatives opposed to celebrating achievements. But BVA gave us so many great memories and so many things we should be proud of, including standing here today. And I'm not talking about me standing specifically on this stage. I'm talking about the fact that each and every one of us got this far. We made it. We did it. We're graduating. And to those of you who aren't graduates, thank you for supporting us along the way. I know that my journey definitely wasn't taken alone. When I was first asked to write a speech, it was hard for me to hone in on one topic. I'm sure you can tell. But maybe that's because life can't be summarized in a 5-minute speech. So when I started writing, I turned on Never Grow Up and thought about what my journey has meant so far. I used to think that there was a set way of growing up, but there's not. Life isn't one size fits all. It's chaotic and full of twists and turns, and all we can do is choose where those twists lead us. So as we move forward to bigger challenges, bigger adventures, I advise you to hold on to your hope, your love for whatever you're striving for. Even if you don't achieve it, there's accomplishment in trying, and embrace failure, search new paths, inspire the people around you. The nervous kid I was never would have pictured myself standing on a stage surrounded by friends and family. But BVA's community, teachers, students, families, they all helped me believe I could do this. Bridges it's a bridge. It's a bridge between childhood and adulthood, a bridge between people, a bridge between all of us. So as you all continue your journeys, as you branch out and seek your paths, I encourage you to celebrate what you came from and where it's taking you. Cheer for your wins, grow from mistakes, and keep growing into who you want to be, no matter who that is, no matter what the world sees. Let's not think about the uncertainty to come or the sadness of knowing this is our last BVA gathering. Let's hold on to the happy memories, the laughter, the joy, and let those be what guide us through this milestone. I am so proud to be a BVA graduate and so thankful for every single person who's helped me enjoy the chaos of life. I can't wait to keep embracing every moment I have, and I can't wait to see where all of your journeys lead you. We did it, so let's celebrate this win together.
Thank you, Natalie. All right. Well, like I said, that's not easy to do, right? So I'd like you to give another round of applause for our two student speakers. I would have never done that. I don't even want to do it now. Here I am, right? Go figure. All right, so our staff speaker, I thought she was gone. She's over there, getting ready to come. I was about to yell to Jessica, come on, Jessica. No. So we've been very fortunate over the years to have some very inspiring speakers. We've had a bunch of different staff members. We've had board members, parents, and one FBI agent. I don't know where that came from, but he was great. Anyway, each speaker has provided an address to our graduates, to their families that's been inspiring and encouraging. This year is no exception. Our graduate address this year will be delivered by a former staff member who I've known and worked with for over 25 years. Before I read her bio, which is very brief, I told her to be brief, but she's like super brief. Holly's the first person kind of that I met and got to know when I moved to Merrill in 2000. And we used to go have dinner at your house when we had little kids who are all grown up now. So I've known her since I very first moved to town here. I met her right after she got out of prison. She was a teacher in the prison. And she met her husband in prison. That's a joke that never stops, right? He was a guard there. But anyway, I've known her for many years. She recently, 5 years ago, she moved closer to me in town. So we live right down the street from each other, see each other pretty much every day. She's a great friend. When she was at Merrill High School for many years, and when she approached the idea of coming to BVA, because we were just developing our special ed program, I was like, yeah, if that's something you want to do, I'm ready for it, because we didn't really know how we were doing that in the early days. She built our special services team, our special education program. So just an incredible teacher. If you've worked with her, you know what I'm talking about. So I can just go on and on about that, and Shannon could too, because he worked with her for many years as well. But she's going to give an inspiring address to these students, but I do want to read her bio. Holly Fennell just completed 30-plus year career teaching in special education. She just retired. And she said it's great. She's had the privilege of teaching in Green Bay, Merrill High School, and at BVA. Over the years, it's been relationships with students and their families that has been the most worthwhile aspect of the job. Her fantastic coworkers have brought support, humor, and collaboration. She lives in Merrill with her husband, Steve. They have 2 children and 2 grandchildren who, for some unknown reason, call her Hi. Yeah, we would have called her that if she wouldn't have retired. So please welcome a great friend, a great teacher, Holly Fennell.
Good evening, graduates, family, and friends. I thank you all for the honor of allowing me to join in your celebration. I have been at many different graduation ceremonies over the years. They're all similar and different in their own ways, just like the graduates that they honor. This one is a little bit more special for me, though. As Mr. Hagemeister just mentioned, after 32 years of teaching, I have retired. And so I get to share this graduation with you, and it's a little bit like a graduation for me as well. So class of 2026, thank you so much for sharing this time with me. I'd like to do a special thanks too for the administrative team that's here, for Mr. Hagemeister, Mrs. Farkas, who isn't with us here tonight, and Mr. Murray, a finer group of educational leaders you will not find anywhere. The last 29 years of my career have been with them in some way, shape, or form, and it has been a fantastic ride. I'd like to thank the BVA staff and teachers. My last 9 years with you all have been wonderful. You all have been blessed with a wonderful group of educators and staff that supports them. To Mary Ball, another fantastic graduation. Thank you again for this. And I'd also like to do just a quick shout out to Mr. Erath and Mr. Blake, our board members. At times, I would imagine it feels like a thankless job, but those 2 gentlemen there and the others that serve on those boards with them care about the education of hundreds, probably thousands of students that aren't their own. And so thank you for a job that sometimes may get overlooked. I also know that graduates and your family and friends here, the most important part of this evening and the part that you're waiting for the most is the presentation of diplomas. So I'm going to try to be brief, and this little message will be a little more than 5 seconds, so just let me explain. Right now, we are in the 5-second present. At this exact moment, you are truly only living about 5 seconds of time. And from where I'm sitting, it is a beautiful 5 seconds. When I look at the class of 2026, I see determination and hope and possibility. I look at your friends and families and those that know and love you best, and I see pride and joy and love, maybe a little relief. I see your teachers, and I know they're thinking, wow, that is a job well done. But I want us to think about it. You can't actually experience yesterday or tomorrow. You're experiencing the right now, this moment, these 5 seconds. Yeah, you have memories that have come before. You might remember that first day of high school, or your best friend's laugh, or maybe that embarrassing thing that happened last week. But those are just echoes. They're not happening anymore. They're stored in your brain like photographs, real, but they're not alive. And the future? You have no idea what that holds, not really. We can plan and hope and worry, but the next 5 seconds are completely unknown to you. The next 50 years, impossible to predict. My apologies, I've had a cold for the last couple weeks. So here's why this matters. You only truly know this moment, this 5 seconds, and everyone's 5 seconds are different. Now here's where it really gets important, especially for all of you heading out into the world. Everyone around you is also living in their own 5 seconds. Your parents, your teachers, your best friend, the person you don't like, or the one that you love the most, the stranger you pass on the street. They are all experiencing their own present moment with their own memories, their own worries, and their own hopes. And here's the thing, their 5 seconds is going to look completely different than yours. Maybe someone seems angry at you, but in their 5 seconds, they've just gotten bad news. Maybe someone seems selfish, but in their 5 seconds, they're terrified about something that you know nothing about. Maybe someone seems happy when you're struggling, but that doesn't mean that they don't understand pain. They're just experiencing a different 5 seconds than you are right now. You don't know what happened in their previous 5 seconds. You don't know what's coming in the next. You only know what you can see in this moment, and that's never the whole story. So why does this matter? Be kind. Kindness isn't just nice, it is essential. When you graduate and move forward, you're going to meet thousands of people. Some of these individuals will be living with you, close friends and family. Some you'll pass by on the street or see in a store, strangers. Some you'll work with some people, you'll live near them, you'll compete with them, you'll disagree with them. And in every single interaction, you'll be meeting someone who's living in their own 5 seconds, carrying their own indivisible weight or incredible joy. You won't always understand why people do what they do. You won't know their history. You won't get their unique 5 seconds from a social media post or a news story, but you can choose kindness anyway. Kindness means recognizing that the person that cut you off in traffic might be rushing to the hospital. It means understanding that the friend who forgot your birthday might be drowning in their own problems, like anxiety or abuse or depression. It means treating people with respect when you don't understand them, because you can't understand them completely. You're only seeing 5 seconds of their life from the outside and not the inside, where it matters. So moving forward, as you leave here today and you're stepping into a world full of uncertainty, you don't know what job you'll have, excuse me, where you live, who you'll meet, or what challenges will find you. And that's terrifying sometimes, but it's also beautiful. The best things that will happen to you in this life will usually be unexpected. Don't plot and plan so much that you miss the beautiful unexpected, because you get to choose what you do with the 5 seconds that you're given. You get to choose kindness. You get to choose patience with people whose stories you don't know. You get to choose to see others as complex human beings, living in their own mysterious lives, just like you are living in yours. You know only this moment. Make it count, make it wonderful, and make it kind. Congratulations, class of 2026. We are all so proud of you. It is my prayer that you are loving these 5 seconds, that you will love that 5 seconds when you get to receive that diploma. And I also pray that your lives will be filled with a wonderful series of seconds that lead to hours and days and weeks and years for the rest of your life. God bless.
Thank you, Holly. All right, so next we're going to move into some special recognition, and I'd like to put a little disclaimer on this one. I know that there's other recognition, maybe scholarships and things like that that students have that we're not aware of, but these are the things that that have come through the school, so to speak. So we're going to go one recognizable thing at a time, and then we'll have the students stand, we'll clap, and then move on, so forth. Pretty straightforward. All right, so the first recognition would be for our National Honor Society seniors. And criteria for remaining in the National Honor Society include maintaining a 3.5 GPA, attendance at the meetings, 40 hours of community service. So I will ask the students to rise when I call your name, and then we'll clap at the end. So here are your 12th grade students that are in the National Honor Society. Nathan Braden, Leah Bream, Charity Frank, Natalie Gugic, Benjamin Mackey, William Mackey, Sophia Marlin, Brinlyn McCaskill, Isabella Mecklenburg, Annalise Munchow. Congratulations. All right, you may be seated, even though some of you are probably going to have to stand up again. Okay, next we have students that have earned the President's Education Award. This award recognizes students who've graduated with a grade point average above 3.5. So again, please rise when I call your name, and then we'll clap at the end. Lucas Benhart, Nathan Braden, Leah Bream, Wyatt Clint, Annika Drexler, Elliot Faust, Charity Frank, Myra Frank, Natalie Gugic, Andrew Koss, Lydia Leonardson, I guess they're not all here, Mason Loeb, Benjamin Mackey, William Mackey, Sophia Marlin, Sean Matiash, Brinlyn McCaskill, Isabella Mecklenburg, Amelia Miner, Annalise Munchow, Eliza Farr, Emma Pickering, Anna Redmond, Shay Rose, Lena Spohr, Finn Van Grinsven, Sydney Tomte, and Samantha Williams. Congratulations. All right, you may be seated. Next, we have what we call our department awards. So each of the content areas selects a student to recognize, and I've got my paperwork all over the place here. So we'll start with the art department certificate of achievement. And this is for creativity and artistic growth demonstrated through excellence in high school visual arts achievements. And the 2026 recipient is Natalie Gugic. For the English Department Certificate of Achievement, this is for excellence in reading, writing, analysis, and communication demonstrated through high school English coursework achievements. 2026 recipient, Natalie Gugic. Next is our Health and Physical Education Department Certificate of Achievement. This is presented to a student who demonstrates outstanding character, a healthy lifestyle, strong work ethic, responsibility, and someone who embodies integrity and excellence in daily living, wellness, and fitness. This year's recipients are Eliza Farr and Finn Van Grinsven. The Math Department Certificate of Achievement for outstanding achievement, dedication, and problem-solving skills demonstrated through excellence in high school mathematics studies. 2026 recipient, Nathan Braden. Our Music Department Certificate of Achievement for dedication, creativity, and performance excellence demonstrated through outstanding achievement in high school music programs, Natalie Gukic. Science Department Certificate of Achievement for curiosity, critical thinking, and scientific inquiry demonstrated through excellence in high school science studies. 2026 recipients, Nathan Braden and Wyatt Clint. Our Social Studies Department Certificate of Achievement for Excellence in Understanding History, Culture, Civics, and Society through Social Science coursework, Amelia Miner. And our Certificate of Achievement for Perseverance. This is awarded to students in recognition of exceptional determination, resilience, and the steadfast pursuit of goals when faced with challenges. Their dedication serves as an inspiring example of true perseverance. There are many recipients here. Caden Duma, Andrew Koss, Mason Loeb, Connor Lautenstock, Zachary Michael, and Logan Wagner. Congratulations. Now, all of these come with a certificate that'll be presented to the graduate when they come up here, and you'll get that with your diploma. All right, so the final award recipients that we'd like to recognize are for the Technical Excellence and the Academic Excellence Award. These are the big ones. The Technical Excellence Scholarship is awarded by the state of Wisconsin to high school seniors who've demonstrated high levels of proficiency in technical coursework and will be pursuing a degree at a Wisconsin technical college. Point values are assigned for coursework and other activities that students participate in. Students who earn this scholarship will receive up to $2,250 per year, up to a maximum amount of $6,750 towards their education at a Wisconsin technical college. This year's winner is Leah Bream. Who's not here. All right, and then the Academic Excellence Scholarship also is awarded by the state of Wisconsin. That goes to college-bound high school seniors who have the highest GPA in their graduating class. Students earning this scholarship receive $2,250 per year, up to a maximum of $9,000 toward their education at a University of Wisconsin school. This year's winner is Natalie Gukic. Congratulations to everybody, and like I said, I know there's probably many more things that your students are being recognized for, achievements and things like that that we're not aware of, but we wanted to make sure that we mentioned those so that you were able to see that. Okay, so finally, what do we have to do? We got one more thing. Oh, diplomas, that's what we're doing. All right, so I'll give you a little instruction here. I'm not going to give you too many, though, because I might mess something up. You're going to be ushered onto the stage to receive your diplomas. I'd like to ask Mr. Murray, Mr. Erath, Mr. Blake, and Mrs. Fennell to come up here and help present the diplomas. And like I said, the achievements that you were recognized for, you're going to get a packet with those. And yeah, so that's what we're going to do. We're there. We're at the end. So graduates, could you please stand? All right, we're going to do this in order. Are we ready? All right. Sage Anderson from Ferryville. Jaron Bishop from De Pere. Nathan Braden. Congratulations. Alondra Castro from New Berlin. Wyatt Clint from Mosinee. Congratulations. Sarah Kirkovic from Oregon. Caden Duma. Sarah and Caden are both graduates, first semester graduates. Annika Drexler from Reedsburg. Elliot Faust from Wausau. Charity Frank from Jackson. Natalie Gukic from Lac de Flambeau. Genevieve Hardy from Franklin. Malia Jared from Appleton. I don't see Andrew over there, so make sure I get this right. All right, Lydia Leonardson from Lisbon. No? Who do I got next? Who? Oh, did I miss her? Amelia Kolodinsky, sorry about that. I was wondering why that wasn't a boy. All right. What's that? Lydia, okay. They threw me off. There was another name in there. Okay, so this is Lydia. Okay, now we're ready. Lydia Leonardson. Wait, isn't that, who's coming now? Amelia, oh, I'm sorry. My notes are a mess, I apologize. All right, now Andrew Koss. All right, there we go. That's where I got goofed up, I had the names off. Andrew Koss. All right. Now, Mackey? Yes, Benjamin Mackey. All right, and William Mackey, and they're both from Milwaukee. Congratulations. Sophia Marlin, Eau Claire. All right, Andrew McCabe from Waukesha. Brinlyn McCaskill from Merrill. Zachary Michael from Tomahawk. Isabella Mecklenburg from North Prairie. Congratulations. Amelia Miner from Rib Lake. Annalise Munchow from Dooseman. Emma Pickering from Wausau. Wesley Paulnow from Raymond. Anna Redmond, Stevens Point. Congratulations. Shay Rose Wittenberg. Finn Van Grinsven from Laval. Logan Wagner from Sainer. Also a January graduate, and Samantha Williams from Beloit, January graduate. Congratulations. Thank you. Congratulations, everybody. And I'm glad there's no more people standing there because I have no more names. All right. Sorry for Amelia for maybe freaked out a little bit there. It's all good. You're graduating. No, I just want to thank everybody. Again, thank you, parents, for your hard work. Thank you to the teachers and everybody that's worked with these students. Thank you mostly to you guys for your hard work. We congratulate you. We're very proud of you, and we know that you're going to do great things in this world. So with that, I guess you can stand. And you can take your tassel. You can move it to the left. And I present to you the 2026 BVA graduating class. This concludes our ceremony. Cue the music. You guys get to walk out to music too. Yeah.